Hi.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are in a bit of a different place today. Why? Because I am going to be going on a talking spree. We are going to be talking about our 20s and what they mean to you. I just wanted to really do like a sit down, chill video, realistic talking vibe. If you don't know, on my Instagram I usually do these videos. They're called Mental Health Mondays, and Mental Health Mondays, what I basically do is just talk about mental health, talk about different topics, that kind of thing. I've always put it on my Instagram. I've never really put something like this on my YouTube because most of the time I've always felt like my YouTube is a different platform. However, I have always wanted to do one of these like videos where I just talk to you guys and things like that. So that's really what I want to do today. Like I said, I'm in my car, I'm just chilling. I actually just got back from like the doctor's office. What prompted this video? What really prompted this video was I do these weekly Q&As on my Insta story, and somebody had asked me a question, and whenever I tell people to ask me a question, I always like, hey, you know, ask me anything, that kind of thing. So most of the time people ask me stuff about myself, they want to know more about me, but other times they also ask about themselves and like what they feel. So I got a question from this girl who was talking about how she is like 20 and she feels like her life is a mess, and I don't know, it just kind of really touched me to put out this video, because honestly the video I was actually supposed to do today was about pregnancy and like talking about pregnancy and stuff like that, which is very important, and I am still going to talk about that. But I don't know, something about the question that she asked prompted me to want to come on here and just do like a very candid video, just talking straight through. Tonight, in a month actually, my birthday is at the end of March 30 next year. 30. Guess what? It's on a Saturday too. Oh God. I shall be teens. I'm just joking. Maybe not. So I'm actually almost at the end of my 20s, and to think about that is making me feel very introspective and really think about the lessons I've learned in my 20s. Life is right now and where my life was when I first even turned 20 is two totally different things. And I think that people are so hard on themselves in their 20s because, especially because we have social media. I'm just gonna call the elephant in the room. Like before, when we didn't have social media, people knew that people had problems. People knew that, you know, okay, yes, there's life, you know. Sometimes people will even be compared, like, you know, people will compare you here and there to like somebody or something. But social media opened up this like whole new world. I eat Burger King almost every day. It's actually really terrible, guys. Watch your health. Anyway, you know, social media has given us this idea that people are just out here living their best life, and don't get me wrong, people are, but there's something that we are missing. In our 20s, we're gonna make a lot of mistakes, and I don't think that's something that people really realize. People just think that life is this one big thing where if something bad is happening to me, it's happening to just me. And one thing that I've loved about social media is you start to see people who you can relate experiences to, and relating experiences to those people is kind of like, it always makes you feel like you're not alone. And I've always come on my channel to like talk to you guys because I don't want you guys to ever feel alone. Like, I was never in this position that I'm in right now. In my 20s, like when I first graduated college, I didn't know anything. Like, I did not know myself. That's number one. I did not know what I wanted to do. There were so many lies I was telling myself, and I say this a lot. But there's so many lies I was telling myself. I was telling myself lies that I liked my job that I was doing at the time, because I wasn't always an influencer. I'm so grateful that I became an influencer, because the ability for me to be able to create every day in some way, artistically, anywhere I want, is just amazing. I didn't realize that knowing myself was the most important thing. I thought that getting a good job was the most important thing, or figuring out what I wanted to do with my life was the most important thing. But I've started slowly realizing that there's a certain theme that I've seen. And the theme that I've seen is that life isn't really just meant to be the next best thing all the time. Life isn't just, hey, I get married, I cross that off my bucket list. Hey, I go to college, I cross that off my bucket list. There's gonna come a time where you cross everything off your bucket list and you're gonna now realize like, oh crap, I've achieved everything. So what now? That point, you don't want to get to that point before you actually realize the true meaning of life. The true meaning of life is appreciating every single moment as it comes through. No matter if you're in your 20s, it doesn't really matter. You're going to figure things out. It's not something that you're just gonna, it's not automatic. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you have to really start to make a conscious decision to work on. Especially now that it's still the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to work on something, take the mental energy to work on it. Anything that you want to do in life, anything you want to get in life, is not going to be easy for you to get. If you really want to do something, you have to put the hard work and dedication and backing to do it. Life is not just going to give you handouts, and I think that's the biggest thing that I learned, especially after I graduated college. I don't know. I just kept thinking like life was going to give me handouts. I don't know why. I just kept thinking that, things are just going to work out. Things don't just work out if you don't work on it. You have to work on yourself, and you have to work on the things that you want to work out for them to actually work out. And by doing just little things here and there in your life, you start to realize that, hey, I'm getting myself out of these situations that are not very fulfilling for me. And that is the biggest battle that we go through in our 20s. The biggest battle we go through in our 20s, so many things. One is always work. Friendships is always another one. People in our lives, family is always another one. And also relationships. Relationships meaning like romantic relationships and things like that. And everybody has so many opinions on how things are going to go. However, I think that where I come from and my opinion is more of positive side of life. Let's try and figure out what you can do if you need help to get yourself out of situations that you don't like. Sometimes I think we get stuck in the mentality that if we don't like something in our lives, we're unable to change it, or we get stuck in that mentality where it's like, I'm always going to be in this same position in life. No, you have to understand that everybody has their own life path and everybody has their own journey. So somebody else's journey is not your journey. And that's something I had to really realize. I actually realized this when I got married. The reason why I realized this when I got married was because I never really had a plan to like, oh my God, by 26, I'm going to be married with kids. I promise you, I never thought that. I really just continued life. I didn't really have that thing in my mind where I was just like, oh my God, this is going to happen to me. I just focused on my life and life just happened. At the end of the day, I feel like I wasn't really trusting of the process of life. And after I got married, that's when I started realizing like, dang, this thing that you wanted so bad is already here. And now you're in this life and this different part of life that brings its own different challenges, because being married is different from being in a relationship. Having a baby is different from being just in a relationship or being married. Being married also. Every single stage in life, it brings its own type of struggle. It brings its own type of thing. And that's when I started realizing that no matter what I'm going through in life, I have to stay positive, because life only goes up. There's no down. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are ups and downs. Like I said this on my Insta story, like there's ups and downs. That is what life is. There's going to be times in your life where you're going through very difficult situations that you can't even start to explain to people. But guess what? By the time you work through the situation, by the time you get out of it, there's always a rainbow at the end. I remember always laughing with Banji all the time. Like, dang, Banji, like, look at where we are right now. Like, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, this is not where we were. Like, I was always just talking to him about like the struggle, like the come up struggle of like looking back to where you were. And every single time I look back, I realize that forward can only be better. It cannot be, you cannot go back in life. It's like, it can only get better from here, because you're more knowledgeable. You have more sense. You know what I'm saying? You have more sense to do things that you're supposed to do. Take it easy with yourself. I think sometimes we're so hard on ourselves. We're looking for the next big thing. We're always looking to like supersede our own expectations, that we don't realize that sometimes life is just meant to be lived. Sometimes you just need to enjoy your family. You need to enjoy your friends. You need to enjoy people around you. You have to realize that, yes, I love my job. I want to work and I want to keep working, but my family is something that I've worked so hard to build, and I'm going to invest in that. Even if you don't have a family in your 20s, a lot of times times I'm on Twitter a lot. Oh my gosh. Like I go on Twitter like almost every day. I try to tweet here and there, but I'm on Twitter a lot, and a lot of things I see about relationships, a lot of things I see about what is going on in society today really, really hurts me, because I get it. There's this standard of men and women. There's a standard that we have that we want to meet, that we're just kind of always just going, trying to think about, okay, this person, I'm in my 20s. I don't want to be single anymore. And there's a lot of women out there that is just all this whole rampage of like, I don't want to be single anymore, which it's okay for you not to want to be single. That's the honest truth. And I don't want to sit here and make it seem like, I wish I was single talking about this, because it makes more sense, because you'll be like, okay, yeah, you can relate and stuff like that. But trust me when I say, it's better for you to be single than for you to be in a bad relationship. And a lot of times I think that people are looking for not being single so bad that they enter relationships that they realize that they're never going to get out of, and they're just in bad relationships. And trust me, it hurts when you get out of a relationship. It hurts when you lose that person that you thought that you were going to spend the rest of your life with, or anything like that. But what starts to happen is your life still goes on. And there's always a plan in life. If you believe that there's always a plan in life, you start to trust the process. You start to understand that bad things happen. Yes, that is a part of life. Bad things happen to everybody. Nobody is on social media posting that bad things are happening to them, because nobody wants to talk about it. And nobody is going to be like, oh yeah, me and this person argued for like 5 hours straight. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to say that. But that's the reality of life. Sometimes I wake up and I'm tired, okay? And I don't record, and I don't feel like doing anything, and I sit on my couch and I watch shows all damn day. Ending of last year was so interesting for me, because especially because I found out I was pregnant. So much was going on in my life, and because of that, I just started realizing, like, dang, there's so many things that I had to work on that I hadn't been working on, that were detrimenting relationships in my life. And immediately I decided, you know what? It is time for me. I'm taking my power back. I'm owning my sheath. I'm owning myself, and I'm, working on myself, and I'm trying to become a better person. Life started turning around, and I just want to pour that energy on you guys this year, because in your 20s, it is hard. Life is a series of ups and downs, but I'm telling you, with determination, hard work, and a very positive mindset, you will be able to accomplish wonders in your life. Don't ever look at your situation as permanent. Your situation is not permanent. Okay? I understand that sometimes things may seem extremely hard, because I'm not out here acting like as though like things aren't hard sometimes. There's hard times. There's times where you really sit down and you think to yourself, how am I going to get myself out of this? But it always passes. That's one thing I've learned. It always passes. There's good times, there's bad times. All you have to do is embrace those good times. The more you embrace the good times, the happier you would be. And understand that happiness is not something that's like, okay, well, I'm happy today. Oh, I'm happy. I'm going to be happy for the rest of my life. No, happiness is also an ebb and flow. It's like, I'm happy today. Embrace that happiness. Enjoy that happiness. You might be sad tomorrow. Even if you're not sad tomorrow, there's going to come a time where you're sad, and that's okay. We have to embrace, as in our 20s, we have to embrace all the situations. We have to embrace all our emotions. We have to embrace that things are not going to go right. And biggest thing, we are all on social media thinking that people are perfect. They are not perfect. And I'm going to repeat that, and I've repeated that several times in this video. They are not perfect. They're showing you the outward. They're showing you that, hey, I'm still living my life. Things may be going on, but everybody just sees that as, oh, damn, this person is living their life. There's nothing going on. No, there's way more to see than just outfit posts or doing makeup and things like that. There's way more that goes on in people's lives. I've seen stories of people who they were broke, they moved, they were evicted, several things happening to them. But on social media, it just looks like everything is great, which is why at the end of the day, you can't really rely on social media as a source to really get to know anybody. You really have to get to know people personally, on a personal level, for you to be able to really know what goes on in their life. And it's okay for things to go on. It is a part of life. It is normal. You are not different. Everybody is going through something. It's just really the way they look at it. Two people can be in the same situation. Let's take, for example, two people are in the rain, right? One person can choose to see the rain as, oh my gosh, it's raining, it's gloomy, I'm gonna be gloomy. And another person can choose to see it as, oh my god, it's raining, I'm gonna play outside, there's gonna be puddles. It's really all about the lens you wear. And get to know you, get to know the real you, get to know what you like. A lot of times we're conditioned to believe a certain thing, or we've been raised a certain way for us to like have these precepts about who we are in our lives, and there's some precepts that we have to break. There's some precepts that we have to figure out, like, okay, is this really who I am, and am I staying true to myself? That's something that I've started learning a lot this year. Staying true to yourself. It does not matter about how other people view you. It really does not matter. Other people don't matter as much as you think they do. It really matters about how you view yourself. Somebody can tell you from now to tomorrow you are beautiful. If you don't look at yourself and think you are beautiful, you are not going to feel beautiful. That's the main thing, and that's why a lot of times I really cannot stress this enough. All the things that you're looking for is from inside of you. It's not really outside. It's not external. External validation is something that people always crave because we're so used to it. You know, social media gives you external validation by likes, comments, things like that. But once you start to see that your purpose is bigger than that, and you have something to say, or you feel as though like there's something bigger for you, you need to go out and you need to chase that thing, and you need to just not give a crap about what other people was watching this movie. It's called Hugo, and it was talking about how if we are all part of a machine, nobody is a missing part. And I literally wrote that down because it's true. If we're all part of a machine that is called life, you're not a missing part. You have a purpose to play. You just have to figure out your purpose, slow down, understand that your life it's gonna work out. Everything is gonna be okay. Everything is gonna work out. But I really just wanted to pour out some positive energy, and just wanted to tell you guys that it's gonna be fine, and wanted to really talk to you guys and let you guys know that figuring things out is a part of life, and you're not going to have everything figured out by the time you're 30. Even though, yes, some people have goals, like by the time I'm this age, I need to be doing this. Don't give yourself all that pressure, okay? Just go the way your life goes, and just do things at your own pace. You don't have to do things at the pace of other people. You don't have to look at other people's lives and wish you wanted, because the more you want somebody else's life, the more you don't even see that their own problems become bigger and bigger. See, when you get married, there's a responsibility that you have to your husband, and when you have a baby, there's a responsibility you have to your baby, and you have to take care of that child. You have two children, the same thing, and everybody and every stage in life comes with this problem. So I'm finished. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that. We can always continue this conversation in the comment section. Let me know if you guys like these kind of like chit chat, like very chill videos in the car type of vibe, car talks. I don't know, car vibes. I don't understand what do I even want to call it anything. Look, I just whipped out my camera. I was like, let me talk. You know what I'm saying? Because see, this year I just want to really put out the content that I feel like putting out, instead of putting out content that I think will quote unquote do well. Because sometimes I feel like last year I was all about like, oh, is this piece of content? And now I'm just like, look, I just want to content create because I love this stuff. And I had to realize that by self-discovery. So thoughts, like, what's up with you guys? Like, you know, talk to me. Like, we're humans here. I'm a human, you're a human. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can really help you through any situation, let me know. Like, I really want to be here for you guys. I'm not just saying this because like, yeah, I really want to be here for you guys and then like that's it. Like, I really do. I really feel like I want my platform to be a resource to you guys, you know, somewhere that you can come and you feel comfortable and you don't feel as though like everything is going great all the time, and you feel like, okay, even if things aren't going great, how can I fix it? I'll see you guys in my next video.